What's going on, YouTube? So I'm just gonna make a bike wash video here for you guys. For some reason I still kind of get questions about how do I keep the bike so shiny and clean, even though I get those questions for the Harley too. It's just I don't know why, but for some reason when I start diving into this topic, some people actually don't wash their bikes. They just kind of they're whatever with it. They just kind of wipe it down after the ride. I actually advise against that. This is a brand new bike, so what you want to do is protect the paint from the start, because once you start wiping it down, you introduce all these love marks and scratches and all that, and you cannot go back from that until you either polish it or correct it or something like that. So if you have a brand new bike, you want to start your process correctly from the start. So when you're moving forward, you're just you're doing the right thing as you go on, and you're not introducing scratches or anything like that for the remainder of your ownership of the the motorcycle or the car or whatever. So I'm just gonna take you guys through my process here and my tools. There's no special tools. This is just basic household Kragen or O'Reilly or whatever. AutoZone, you guys have your area. So let me just go down here. So I just have a simple bucket. Have a microfiber for washing, also for drying. You can have two, but I'll show you a method of what I use so that I don't mix the dirty with the clean. I'll show you what I do. I mean, you can have the two bucket system, but you can just rinse this off outside the bucket, which is kind of the same thing, because I don't like dipping it in dirty and wringing it and putting it back to a clean one. I'd rather just rinse it. I know it might be like, oh, you're wasting water, stuff like that, but I don't use a lot of water when I'm washing my motorcycle. So when you just do this and rinse it off outside the bucket, and then it's all fresh, and put it back into the soap bucket, it's fine. So now I'm using these two. It's actually essentially brake cleaner or something like that. I use it for degreasing, delubing the chain, as well as this one is in combination. Sometimes this is enough, sometimes this one is they both help. This is safe on things like chains and stuff like that. It's an APC, all-purpose cleaner, so it's fine. And what do we call this? Okay, soap is just whatever, AutoZone shit. And what do you call this one? So spray wax. This is what I use when I'm drying the motorcycle. But I also use a air dryer because it's easier for all the crevices and stuff like that that's hard to reach with a motorcycle. There's so many surfaces that you gotta attend to before you can dry everything. And you have your chain lube, because once you wash the bike, you have to re-lube the chain. You can't just trust that the water didn't kind of wash away some of your lube. Some of them is water resistant, but I mean, every 500 or so miles or 300, I re-lube the chain. It's no problem for me. I like the chain shiny and clean. So let's get started. I might not be able to show you guys the whole entirety of the process, but you can do some pre-wash steps, like spraying the chain with chain cleaner, letting it soak in there while you're washing the other parts of the bike, and spraying it on the wheels and stuff like that. Let the chemical do its work while you're attending to the other parts of the bike, because that stuff takes a while. You should ride it, let it warm up a little bit, so it kind of loosens up the grease and stuff like that, and that helps the chemical work better. So all right, we'll get started with the wash now. And by the way, it's better to put the bike on a rear stand, if you can, also on a front stand. I just don't have that. So because when you're lubing the chain, it's easier to just spin the wheels and all that, and clean the wheels for the front if you have both wheels lifted. Been meaning to get a Bursig stand, but so someday we'll get to it. But for now, this is basic stuff. So all right. Also, I forgot, use a dirty rag for the wheels. You don't want to use the same rag. Now I'm going to work on scrubbing the chain, the grease off the chain. So you're gonna need a brush for that. You guys are familiar with this brush, right? That's what I use. So the bike's looking pretty clean now. What we want to do is air dry it now. So because there's a sun, you want to just dry it as quick as possible. So it'll be better if you have some kind of air dryer, which you could get for like really cheap on Amazon. I'll show you how to do that now, and I'll talk about it later on once I get that dried. All that's left now is further drying, and yeah, that's pretty much what takes a long time. Alright guys, let me take you around for a second here. So here's the end result. You would see if somebody was just wiping it down from time to time, you would see swirls all over this shield, but you won't on mine right now because I tried my best not to do that. So if it's dirty, just wash it. Don't just wipe it down with like whatever, you know. The extra attention you put towards your bike goes a long way. I mean, sometimes laziness, you know, takes its toll, and that's what happens, you know. So right now I'm just gonna go finish up, do the final touches, and work on the chain, because the chain needs to be lubed. So you have to be dry first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the bike, you know, let it run for a little bit, spin. I can air dry it or wipe it down or something, but I'm gonna make sure that the bike starts. Of course, I just wet the whole thing, but once you air dry most of the components, there shouldn't be any problem with this. So just let the bike warm up, let the excess water evaporate and all that. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to San Francisco BMW for the shirt. It's a S1000R if anyone's wondering. Alright, so what you want to do now is lube your chain after the wash. Just put a cardboard there just to save the tires from the extra lube. It flies off, and we'll just start from the whatever link. You also want to lube the top of the sprockets, you know, the teeth of the sprockets, so kind of save them a little bit. Yeah, just be careful not to put some on your wheels. They're very annoying to clean. So just be careful with it. Patience. Oh, no patience there. Just spin them. Let the lube go through the whole. There's gonna be some runoffs, and just wipe them down with a dirty cloth or something. Yeah, so if you have too much lube, it will start to run off. So if it's quiet like that already, it should be fine. That's enough. Okay. So ride it a couple times and re-lube the chain when it's all wound up. when you get back home to the garage, just lube it up again. So there's not much to it. It's your mileage may vary type of thing. It's how much time you want to spend on it. It would be cleaner, you know. Now, some people just don't care about all this, but for the ones that do, hopefully it helps you out. There's more things that I could do here if I have the tools. I don't have them yet, but I have I've been keeping my eye on a bunch of new tools that I want to use so I can clean the bike better. The wheel part is the one that's most the wheels are the one that's most cumbersome because it's still dirty. There's like some staining that happened from just the dirt sticks on it. There's a special type of soap that, you know, just for wheels only, that you can't use on the body because it's too harsh. I don't have that. That's why I'm kind of OCD type of, if you see it, it didn't look like how it was brand new. Because when you have a matte finish, it's hard to keep clean. So let's see on the front here. The front is not too bad because there's no oil flings going on here, so the dirt doesn't really stick. Once you clean it, it's clean. So yeah, so if you can see, there's like grease, like the lube kind of flings from time to time. It's also a good time to inspect your tires. I wash my bike pretty often, which is kind of, you know, it's crazy, but it's just how I am with this. So there you go, guys. I mean, it starts. Just make sure if you wash it like this to make sure every component is dry. If you're scared about spraying all the components of the bike, then just stick to the main areas, but don't wipe down dirty areas, wash them. So that's my advice. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So you would want to wax your bike at least with something to protect it, because once you wash the bike with soap, you pretty much stripped all the protectants out of it. So it depends on how harsh your soap is. So I'm just gonna give it a light coat of carnauba wax and call it a day. There you go, guys. Final product, mirror finish. As you can see, I mean, it's not anything drastic. It's simple waxing and washing. So, but a little bit goes a long way. So just keep. If you started out good, just keep that going. You can maintain the condition of the bike as it was brand new. So. Again, it's for those people that care. The ones that don't, it's fine. It's just it's just my personal last thing. Shot. Clean bike. There we go. Yeah. A little clean goes a long way. Alright, thank you for watching again.